This is the story of a man named Stanley.
It's been a long time, but I'm really happy that
Stanley worked for a company
you're
in a
finally
little
gonna
old
have a
where he was
job.
employee number
Yay.
427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his
I
desk
miss
in
playing
room
games.
427 and
I have a little bit of
watched
time,
emails.
and I'm really like, I
Orders
don't know
came to
what.
him through a monitor on his desk, telling
I
him
don't
what
know.
buttons to push,
Oh my
how
god, my
to
internet's
push
so
them,
slow.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Pulling
And
up
then
the
one day,
thing.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh, my camera, I
Feeling a
forgot.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Where is the camera? Yeah. Forgot about that. I forgot I do that. Oh my god, I look so fat. Why do I look so fat, Nathan? Would you make me? I used to be so good. Oh, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Broom closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What's FA?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh my
That or
god.
with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
You gonna say anything else? I think that he's done. He does. Okay, we're gonna wait 1 minute. I've actually just turned it on everything. My computer, my Wi-Fi is so that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Ah, second player. It's good to... You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. There's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. Fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Trump. Research is a crime. Commit crimes is it rich? Wildlife it would be to have a pick just one. Executive bathrooms. I don't see anything. Okay. Can I go back? There's nothing here. There's supposed to be like a prize or something. Well. What do we do now? Didn't go out.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways.
Wait, I cannot see. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Well, there's nothing.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all this?
We just go back.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
There's gonna be something there. Wait, there's no button. Oh, there are buttons, right? What is in here? Oh my god, that scared me.
It's the boss's office.
That scared me the fuck out of it.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
No, why is he punishing me? I was just rage baiting.
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive. You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
No. Why
There
that?
we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your
No.
storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
This is not the same.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh, we did it to the pyramids. The guy who went to Mars. Lies Stanley. Live on stage. World peace, baby. Stanley.
Yes, here it is, just through this door.
To
All right,
stage.
are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable
427.
narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Down then up again. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Okay.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What do we do now? Need to find a way to get the bucket. That's like the thing that unlocks more things. Well, how do you start a bucket? Bucket. Yeah, you have like a few endings left. How do you get bucket? Wait.
Simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Oh, I did it by mistake. I didn't. Yeah, now that you can close doors.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This
No, I
couldn't
was-
go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to
I'm shy.
himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
Now it's just a little bit closer.
Yes.
Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
That's it? Okay. Hey, open and close it. No,
Stanley's
not again. Okay, let me check. What can we do? Room 434.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Wait, this. Wait, let me check the orders.
No, the orders were still missing. For now.
434. 433, 435. 434? Need to find 434. Or is that me? No, 434. 437. Where's 434? 45. 43. Oh, new content? That's interesting. I actually don't know what's this.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'm gonna go through here. Maybe I'm gonna go blind this one. New content.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's us.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the
More.
Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this
Yay.
sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
What if I just don't leave? That's something? Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing
It's a new
special yet,
elevator.
but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
It's
Is
not
it
moving.
broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
New content.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yay. Content. Jump
Alright.
circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh. Jumps remaining. That's so awesome. The jump circle. I'm like that people in Japan. Charging my phone. No. Can we more?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
No more jumps. Oh my god, no. Another elevator.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Yes.
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the
That's
new
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see,
Just
Stanley?
jumping.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Okay, 2, 3, 4. What? It's not the same place. This is not the same place.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something.
We trust him.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. Oh, never mind. You're not a dog.
What I do? Okay, we're getting there. Where is he? What does he want? Wait, what? What's this?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh my god.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
so cool.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Don't forget.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Our first kiss, my first card, the release of Stanley Parable 2013. So cool. Original remake. Smile because it happened. Stanley Parable demonstration. Don't play for 5 years. It's impossible to get this achievement. Oh, British awards. That's cool. New video game releasing today. New Year's Eve. Little Stanley. Oh. This is actually pretty cute.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing.
Oh my god,
It's
it's
no
not
games
that
at
bad.
all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, so they did. Is that Unity? I think that's Unity. I don't know what's that.
Here's another moving passage,
Carpet
this time
texture.
from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Runs.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
This is a good game.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
I know.
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
What you doing?
I actually was playing a game.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to
What
play this
game?
game to full completion.
Stanley
The narrator
Parable.
is
It's been a long time
obnoxious
since I
and
played it. I'm
unfunny,
recording too.
with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating
What?
than entertaining.
Stanley Parable.
Funny.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be
Stanley
funny.
Parable.
I'm trying to make a
The
serious
game.
work of art. I
Oh,
suppose I
thanks.
could write up a handful of gags.
No,
No,
to
you
research
can't.
on
Whenever you
Stanley
say Stanley
but
Parable,
the
your
game is
voice
already
is
such a
missing.
densely layered web
You
of profound
have a
philosophical
job.
insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have
I
the room to
have a
stick them.
job.
Oh my God.
I can find them.
You're not so happy. I was just like, why you don't scream?
Because when do I ever scream?
Happiness.
Only when I'm
Okay, let's see
singing.
what this one says.
Whoa.
While the idea for the game is good,
And besides,
for
I'm
someone
doing my
who prefers
makeup, so.
non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying
Huh?
fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not
I'm doing my
preachy, am I?
makeup. How am I gonna
You can tell
scream?
me if I'm preachy, honestly.
Why are
you
you doing
can.
makeup?
Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for
I'm
me.
going out.
I always, well, to
Without
be
me?
honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather
We have to
terse.
start planning what we will do.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
What?
But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear.
You're
What an
here,
awful memory to have
and
to
I
hold
go
on
out
to.
without you.
These
What
black
do you do?
marks on my
I
otherwise
cry
unimpeachable
because
track
you
record.
can't.
I feel like a failure.
No,
Like
you
I let
cannot
these
go
people
out
down.
without me.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable
We have to
isn't
be
quite as
together
stirring
every
as I always
second.
remembered.
Unless there's like an emergency. But if there's not, no.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
Are you mad?
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't
I don't know,
hurt.
because I don't
What
let
if
you
it means
leave
we
it
can
to your
strike
friends.
these negative reviews from the record? Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto
Because
today,
you're
and
gonna
it's
be
always
with my
been my
friends.
motto. I do
No.
anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip
No,
button
I
we
wanna
shall
just be
have.
with you.
You don't have a choice.
I do. I don't wanna go with your friends. Why? I'm scared. They're older.
You can't believe.
What? What have I just done?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245, that the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say
But you have
the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245, that the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245, that the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
No.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that
Oh my god.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness.
Crazy.
I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly...
Escape. Oh. Not here anymore. Now I miss him. This is like the movies, the one with the Adam Sandler.
But But they didn't understand the game was
What?
never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability.
Why is he talking sometimes and why he's not some other time? Wait, no, my button.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Oh my
end,
God,
is
so
never
scary.
the end, is never 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 the end.
My God. I'm going to be crazy. What the fuck? Light. He's gone. Good. It's been so long. Let's go. What? What happened? Everything was working well. Let's go better future. Nope. That's bad. Whoa. Button's still working? I hope. Whoa. Button. Oh shit. Button doesn't work. Oh. I guess that's my life now. Is there anything? My God. How long it's been? Button. No. Yes, I'm stuck.